Metro Weather Watch, evening update for the Evansville metro area and surrounding tri-state communities, with meteorologist Nathan Kitchens.
Good evening, everyone. This update is brought to you by Vinny's Auto Detail. They've been serving the tri-state for over 17 years with high-quality window tinting and auto detailing at reasonable prices. Visit them in Evansville at 950 North Congress and give Donnie a call at 812-471-4900 and tell them that Metro Weather Watch sent you. Storm chances are going down for most of us this evening. We're tracking a line of storms that is trying to get going, a broken line of cells that have developed in western Kentucky. Those are now pushing further south and now really approaching towards the Tennessee border there in southwest Kentucky this evening. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a mesoscale discussion a little bit earlier, outlining parts of extreme southern Indiana and western Kentucky for a potential for a few cells to redevelop right along a cold front. We've had some late days instability try to ramp up right along that front, just enough that we could see a few cells fire, and we certainly have across western Kentucky. Now, by the time you're watching this update, most of this is already long gone. We're seeing this. I think most of the activity that's in western Kentucky will continue to move south, and the severe weather threat's basically out of our area now. But looking at the current radar picture, we do have actually a severe thunderstorm warning just south of our area. This is for Lyon County and even into northwest Trigg County in southwest Kentucky. Potential is there for some gusty winds and large hail with this storm. Again, this is mainly south of our area, south now of Madisonville, but zooming in here. Right along here, the Western Kentucky Parkway there into I-24, they've been getting hit with some decent thunderstorms this evening. And where you see that purple in there, that's very high reflectivity that's being detected with the radar beam, and likely hailstones that are within that storm. So you have to watch for large hail with the storm. Right there through Catawba, and just south now of Eddyville into Lamasco, and there's that box there where the severe thunderstorm warning is in place. Again, hail and gusty winds to main threat. You can see a now broken line coming more in form here, now just south of Madisonville, right through Princeton, Don Springs, over towards Central City. So that's the area that we're watching right now. Those storms kind of refiring right along that cold front. We've had just a little bit of instability kind of ramp up this evening. And again, those are moving south out of our area. So by the time you're watching this update, we're already out of the woods for any severe weather. But I just wanted to kind of cover the storms that we're seeing downstate this evening. Again, this is really along that front moving through the region this evening. Going into our forecast here over the next few days, the big story will be the cooler temperatures coming back in. We enjoyed a nice day today, nice warm day today. Thankfully, our severe weather chances just did not really come together. We never really thought they would. You know, we watched my video last night. We talked about the uncertainty with the instability. The lack of instability would likely really limit our severe weather chances, and sure enough, that's what's happening. We've talked about that over the past several days, and I mentioned also yesterday that we could see another broken line trying to develop along the front in the evening, and that's what we're seeing now, pushing south of our area. So we're getting back to some cooler air tonight. It's not a drastic temperature change. It's going to be very slow and gradual overnight tonight, but we will turn cooler. You'll definitely notice it's cooler out there tomorrow morning, much cooler. Temperatures right around 40 as you wake up Wednesday morning, but we will be dry in the morning. So let's go in time here on the radar picture throughout the nighttime hours. Again, we're mainly dry here. We have a disturbance that will be approaching us from the north and west, and that's going to lead to a very overcast day Wednesday with showers developing, a few showers especially during the afternoon hours. Here's the map. By the time we get to really 9 a.m., it's already showing showers, but that might be a little bit overdone. But through the day, we'll see scattered showers developing, and into the afternoon hours, temperatures will actually start to drop. So we'll reach our high temperature probably late morning to around midday, around 45 degrees for Evansville. That might be a little overdone too, but probably around 44, 45. And then during the afternoon, we'll see a slow drop in temperatures going into the evening hours as light precipitation continues to move through our area, and as the thicknesses continue to drop, we get a little bit colder. That's when we could introduce a few snow showers or flurries across parts, as trying to mix in with some of these showers over our far northern tri-state as the atmospheric column becomes just cold enough. But the thing is, as we get just cold enough for some snow to form, the precipitation's already moving out. So there could be a few flurries mixed in here, mainly from Evansville and especially northeast of there, over parts of southwest Indiana, but I just don't see any accumulations for our area because it's going to be so light and minimal, and the temperatures at the ground are so warm. So we don't expect any issues from this by any means. But however, if you're traveling north of our area, closer to I-70, Indianapolis, some points to the north and east as well, because a band of snow will get going here over eastern Indiana tomorrow evening as the storm system starts to get a little bit stronger. And then you get this nice band of snow over Ohio and Pennsylvania, maybe even far northeast Kentucky. Get a band of snow developing tomorrow night. But again, that's not for our area. But I did want to show you the potential snow as the system becomes a big-time system for the northeast. Going to become a big snowmaker for them. So you can see that stripe of snow to our north tomorrow. And then as it heads up into the east, northeast, becomes a very strong nor'easter. We're talking about snow totals here of a foot perhaps in parts of, around New York City up to Boston. The NAM model is spitting out as much as anywhere from, say, 9, 10 to as much as 14 inches of snow. That is a lot of snow, really the first widespread snowmaker that they have seen there all season long. But unfortunately, our area pretty much misses out again. But again, areas up towards, if you're watching just north of our area, up towards Bloomington, that's where you stand a better chance to get some grassy accumulations. Bloomington, Seymour, Indiana. And then up, once you get to Indianapolis, that's where you could see an inch or so of snow, and maybe up to 2 inches northeast of Indy, up towards north central Indiana. Again, that's outside of our area, but I just want to mention for those who maybe have family in that area or traveling in that area, that there will be some snow up there tomorrow and tomorrow night. Okay, so going forward through the rest of the week, again, we're going to look at temperatures here. We're trending colder tonight. We'll see temperatures falling through the 30s, and then tomorrow we'll peak out and go back here to the mid-40s. But temperatures will start to drop in the afternoon hours and evening hours. And then as we go through the nighttime hours, temperatures just continue to plunge. We will go below freezing by all means tomorrow night. We're going to see temperatures just crashing through the 20s. So by Thursday morning, it's 22 degrees. It's freezing out there. That storm system that's really becoming a strong storm over the East Coast, that's going to really pull down this trough. So the response here will be just a very cold flow of air, cold northerly flow, pumping in a much colder air mass. So Thursday, it's going to be all-out winter. So tomorrow we get close to average February temperatures, and then Thursday, we're actually going to go below average for one day. Not way below average, but it will be below average, and certainly a shock to the system after today's very spring-like weather. Temperatures on Thursday, we're talking about high temperatures that may struggle to even get above freezing. It's trending colder, and there's a chance we may not get above freezing here on Thursday. So it's going to be a very cold day Thursday. Definitely one of those hats and gloves and heavy coat winter kind of days on Thursday. And then temperatures Thursday night, once again, pretty cold. But it's just really a one-day thing, because I want to show you what's going to happen to temperatures by the time we get to Friday afternoon. That cold air, you can kiss it goodbye by Friday afternoon. It's going to move out. We're going to have circulation around a high pressure will be bringing in a southwest flow, and a very strong southwest flow. So all those warm temperatures to the west, they are coming our way. Friday we'll see highs getting back to around 50, maybe a little higher than that. And then we'll stay very mild Friday night, 50 by Saturday morning, and that might even be a little underdone. And temperatures just surge on Saturday, well into the, I think, the 60s here locally for most of our area. This is probably a bit underdone on temperatures. And then temperatures just soar here on Sunday ahead of a front to our west. You get a decent boundary to our west. Temperatures could get potentially close to 70, I think, in some areas Sunday. There's some data hinting at temperatures at least well into the 60s. And we can't rule out, once again, hitting 70 degrees maybe on Sunday. So very warm spring-like weekend. That's for sure. It's going to feel more like late March or April, not early to mid-February. And then, in this crazy weather pattern that we're in, we get cooler again as that frontal system moves through, but not too bad at all. I mean, this is still pretty mild weather through the middle of next week showing up. But then we could turn a little colder by the end of next week, but this is going pretty far out in time, and you can expect once you get beyond about 7 days, there's going to be some changes to this forecast. But going through the next several days, walk you through this on the GFS computer model, there's that system that gets really going to our east tomorrow night. It becomes a system for the northeast. It's going to spread that band of heavy snow over New York City, Boston, even Philadelphia is going to get a good thump of snow out of this. And even Washington, D.C. might get a little bit as well out of this system. But boy, the northeast here is going to get a nice heavy snow. A little bit jealous. I know all the snow lovers are very jealous, but with this kind of pattern that we have here over the next few weeks, while I don't think our snow chances are good, you can't take it off the table. We're going to have some storm systems moving through. We're going to have a decent jabs of cold air trying to interact at times, and exactly how everything comes together, I mean, really it's too early to say anything, but I mean, you can't take any snow chances off the table. If there's anything I've learned here in our region, never say never. Always expect the unexpected when it comes to weather. That's for sure. So again, I'm kind of blabbering off here. Let me get back on topic. So to save time here, through the weekend, again, warm. There's some showers around this weekend as well, so a bit unsettled. Won't be a washout of a weekend, but see those showers, especially Sunday night along that boundary. And then Monday, we start to trend drier, but we're still fairly mild. We're much cooler relative to Sunday, but still mild. And then there's going to be a system here hanging out here of the southwest United States. At some point, it looks like it's going to eject out. And how this all evolves mid to late next week is very up in the air at this point, because this is getting more into La La Land and model territory. So you have to take it with a grain of salt and understand this will change. GFS model by Wednesday, if you want to believe it, is showing a storm system here just along the Gulf Coast here, moving northward. And as it begins to move north, while it's mostly a warm system, it begins to interact with the northern energy, and you start to get phasing here of a stronger storm that's able to pull down some colder air. And then you get another storm system that could be a snow system, at least over the east. And whether we get anything in our area remains to be seen. But that does have the potential to push down another jab of colder air. It looks like a very up and down temperature pattern going through really the next few weeks over our area. February continues like a very up and down month. But when it's all said and done, it certainly looks like we're going to trend above average by all means because of all these warm swings we're getting. That's for sure. So looking at the radar one more time, most of our area is nice and quiet. Those storms now moving out of our area, but we're watching extreme southern Kentucky with those storms that are kind of re-strengthening here. That would be moving south here, getting closer to, say, Hopkinsville and Christian County here, and even Trigg County. You're under a severe thunderstorm. It even looks like we might have a tornado warning in place now here. I'm going to have to check this here shortly. But again, those are moving just down of our area this evening. And we'll keep you updated on the forecast over the next few days. Certainly turning cooler, especially by Thursday. A little bit of rain tomorrow, maybe a couple snowflakes tomorrow night. And then Thursday's cold and dry. And then we'll go right back to spring this weekend. This weekend is going to feel like April outside. So whatever weather we have around here, sure doesn't last long. That's just been the memo all winter long. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your evening. And keep it here to Metro Weather Watch for more weather updates.